Hey everyone, it is Jamie, and maybe you've stuck around to the very end and are just getting to episode 8. Maybe tech power ups was the most exciting topic you saw and you started here. So, just so you know, I went to a pretty inspiring session with Stanford online high school teachers this weekend and just was amazed at the things that. First of all, reflecting on all that you're doing, that is so great for our students. And then just seeing what these teachers are doing just really made me think I want to take some of the ideas I learned from them and the ones I've been learning from you and some of my own thoughts, put it together in a few videos, really 8. This is the last of the 8 videos, and share some ideas that I hope will get you through the last part of this calendar year and set you up for success going into January. Okay, so this episode 8, tech power-ups. So first, I was so overwhelmed with tech support when we were launching school. I cried in our one of our breakout groups, not full on cry, but definitely a tear dripped down my cheek when somebody asked how I was doing, because I just was so behind in getting help to everyone who needed it. So I asked some of the tech interns that I work with, I asked them how they stay organized and how they use different tools, and got some good ideas. And one of them was about Chrome Bookmark, something that I kind of use but didn't use strong. And so I want to share that with you. I want to share Drive Workspaces, something you probably have seen but didn't really know what they were, because it's just a button there that you might have overlooked. And I think it also is another great way to really stay organized. I want to offer the option to have demo accounts so you can kind of view Google Classroom as a student to kind of help with some of the things I talked about in episode 7. And then I have some new tools for you to check out. So today I learned about a tool called Parlay, and it seems a little bit of like Flipgrid, but without the video. So it might be fun for you to play with. So some of our kind of tech adventurous or tech hungry may want to check this out. There are some cool whiteboard apps. I love that I think episode 3 had the plane and episode 4 had the sirens, and now episode 8 has the neighbor's dog. So fun background noises for you. Sorry about that. Okay, so number 5, whiteboard apps. There are some cool ones to play with. And then 6, 7, and 8. 6, I'm going to talk to you about kind of templates or canned responses in email, way to kind of make things easier. Number 7, you have to master this keyboard shortcut. You are going to use it all the time. So I'm going to teach you what Command or Control K does. And then wrapping up, I'll show you a new online discussion debate tool that I learned about today called Kialo. And I met this awesome teacher, jcotton32 on Twitter, who made this remarkable tech tool glossary. So I want to show you that. Okay, let's start with Chrome bookmarks. Okay, so I give you my backstory that I was overwhelmed. I had so much going on. I couldn't answer email fast enough. So you'll notice up here across the top, I have my Chrome Bookmark bar showing. And if I do Command-Shift-B or Control-Shift-B, it kind of goes away. And that's really nice. It's super clean, nothing really going on. But I use those a lot. So I'm going to bring that back. I'm doing, if you're on a Mac, it's Command-Shift-B. If you're on a PC, Control-Shift-B, or click on the 3 dots and you can go to Bookmarks and then Show Bookmark Bar and turn that off or on. Okay, so I organize this by, if I add a bookmark, so I can do that by clicking on this little star here, and then that's going to bookmark this tab. So let's say I do that. Then it lets me choose the name. And that name is so long. If I put that on there, it's not going to fit on my bar. I have too many things, and it's going to be over here on this kind of like drop down, which may or may not be used. So when you click the star, it gives you this option to change it. So what I did to get started with this is I open up a new tab, and I went here and I went to bookmarks and I chose Bookmark Manager. And this first page is Bookmarks Bar. So these are all the bookmarks I have that are right along the top here. And you notice this looks like super choppy and shorthand. It's because I shorten the names of all of them. I know what all of these stand for. I don't need the super long name. A lot of times I only need the symbol. And I made one for this page that we're on right now. And that's this one here. And so what I did is I hit the star and I deleted it completely and I hit done and it made it this. So it's just a star. So watch what happens. So I open up a new tab. I click on the star. It takes me to the bookmark bar. So cool. And it's not taking up any space. And I think that's super cute. Okay. So that's the first thing I did is I bookmarked my bookmark bar. Bookmark page. So it's all in one place. I can find it quickly. Then I had like it was like scrolling for days. There was no way I was using all of these. And I had kind of weird things over here that didn't make sense. So I started to delete everything but the things that I really, really needed. And then I created some new folders. So I started by clicking on the three dots and I went to add a new folder. And that's what these are over here. So again, you may not need as many as I have. This has grown over the last 2 months because I use this system a lot now. First thing I did is I created a tech support bookmark folder. Okay, so these were the things that I was emailing out to people or using 6, 7, 8, 9, 20, 30 times a day. How to take attendance on Zoom, how to enroll your Chromebook. You don't have your emails coming into your folder correctly, how to connect ClassLink and Google, connectivity issues, how to, all basic student accounts, all these were here. So these are the things I was using over and over and over again. So if I would get an email, I could quickly go here, I could copy this link, copy URL, I go back to my email, I paste, and I was like crushing emails and tickets. It was so exciting. So that was my first big win, was creating a single bookmark folder of the stuff I was using over and over and over again all day long. And a lot of times I have things memorized. I cannot memorize the URLs for a lot of these. So that's what I did first. The second one I created was the board meeting bookmark folder. And since I'm running the backgrounds on the board meetings, and shout out to Jeff Watts, who helped me get this started and really launched us so I could actually be independent and not have him stay up till midnight with me, I created a way to have all the board meeting stuff ready to go. So when I need to quickly get the flag salute up, I click on my star. I've got all my docs ready for the board meeting. Now, there's another way to do this in Google Drive. I'm going to show you 2 ways, but this way, again, because I was in bookmark land, I loved it. So I have our text script, I have our public comments. And look, I have a duplicate of the text script. Let me close that here. So I'm just going to hit delete. And this I actually clean up every single month. So I replace a lot of these slides. And if there's people that are presenting, I have their slides for them to control. If there's documents, other things that have to go up, I have all of them here. And it's just really quick and easy to find. Now, here's why this came in handy. If you remember, we had those weird Google Drive outages a while ago. And if you happen to know the link to the Drive document, you could get to it, but you couldn't search in Google Drive. So we were telling people, go to history, and if it's there, you can find it. This was a really cool workaround because I had all my most used docs right here and I could find them and I had no outages. So that was fun. Okay, so then I started doing things like, okay, what are the things I kind of just need often but aren't related to those 2 things? So I made myself a binder. So these are all the documents I kind of use a lot. I was helping my niece with something. So you'll notice there's a Sherry Ann folder because she was enrolling in some classes. And then these are classes that I was kind of helping out with. So I was kind of experimenting like, I can link my Google Classrooms here really quickly. And then I have team docs. And so these are our weekly meetings. And so I can get to those quickly. And then I have this learning one of things I'm going to read for later. Okay, so you get the idea. You can organize your bookmarks however you want. So let me just show you one more time how to get there. Click on the 3 dots. You'll go to Bookmark Manager, and you'll have to do some cleaning. Like, just spend the 10 or 15 minutes to delete this and clean it out and start fresh. I think you'll love it. It'll really help you kind of organize things. So Bookmark Bar is awesome. And again, if it's in Chrome, whatever computer you sign on, all your stuff follows you. So super cool. Okay, so that's Chrome bookmarks. Okay, the next one, Drive Workspace. If you go to Google Drive, you might have seen this priority button right here, and I don't know if you've ever clicked on it. So you know the thing where if you have a Google Doc and you star it like that, it will show up in your starred folder here. And that's pretty nice, but you may have a ton of stuff there. So I discovered Workspaces. So again, this was my dilemma in the beginning of the year. Like, how do I get organized? I don't have time to clean my Google Drive. I've got 100 gigs in here. There's no way I'm going to get this like looking as clean as I want. So I discovered Workspaces. It's under priority. So I clicked create. And what I did is, okay, all the guides I was using all the time for students and parents, I kind of put here. And these are the things that I made to kind of have reference. Anything that was a current project, I kind of stored here. So I created a workspace called Current Project. And then these were all the things that I was working on over and over again right as school started. And then I created one, Reopening School. As I started this, I had one workspace, and then I realized there were too many different things that I was working on, so I started to split them up. And then actually now these I can kind of clean out because these are kind of old things. I'm not using them as often, but this is where I spend a lot of time. So my technology file, so here's my budget. I reference this all the time. Site visit log, so we're tracking kind of like who we're seeing and visiting. Just, again, just being proactive for contact tracing potentials. Educational accounts, we have so many we deal with. So having access, knowing kind of what account goes where, purchase order history, and then kind of department meeting, which that one's a little bit old. So I'm going to go there and I'm going to hit remove from Workspace. So again, this is a process that takes a little bit of pruning and organization. It's not something, again, that you can kind of sit and forget on and then it stays current. What I recommend for this is create one for the month. So, or one per course. And you can put what you're working on right now with the kids. So that way, when you're getting ready to teach, you can go to priority and you can find the files you need right away. So to do this, go to create, and then you can call this December DL, and it will create the new folder and it'll say, let's add some files. And then it'll bring up whatever you were working on recently, which is so great because probably whatever you're working on recently, you want to put in here and you just click all the ones you want. So let's say I'm going to do this here. I want this one. Oops. Did I do that fast? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so it brought that. But if I want more, I can go to, I go here to view workspace, add files. And let's say I'm going to put that one in and hit insert. Done. Okay, so now I have this new workspace, December DL, and it's got all the stuff I need. And whenever you're done with it, all right, and so whenever you're done with this, you can click here and you can hide the workspace. So you don't even have to worry about, deleting everything, and they'll all just be under here for you, ready to go. Okay, so it's under priority, workspaces. This again, maybe my bookmarking thing is like a little too much for you. Start with Drive Workspaces, and I think you're going to like it. Okay, demo accounts. So we have several demo accounts like Peter Pan and Mickey Mouse and some other things that we've created that are Gmail accounts. And if you're trying to prep something as a teacher and you kind of want to see like how it may look, just message me and we could give you access to that account. Then you can see kind of things from the student side. So we have them made for kind of elementary, middle, and high school students. But also if you wanted to see what Google Classroom looks like from the other side, I can add you to my demo land classroom as a student, or we could add one of our demo accounts to your classroom as a student, and then you can log in and see. So I just wanted to make that offer. It really does help sometimes if you see from that perspective. So just let me know. Okay, now to the cool new tech tools I learned about. Okay, so Parlay, this is super interesting. It works a little bit like Flipgrid, I think, but from a perspective of just being about discussion. So I haven't played with this yet. I know in terms of pricing that you get 12 free roundtables. So I'll learn more about that. I'm going to have Lindsay and I'll play with this soon, and we'll kind of like see what it's about. But I love that it connects right to Google Classroom. So that's great. And I guess you can have 12. So maybe after you're done with your 12, you can recycle. So we'll learn about that. But it's pretty cool in terms of topics. So there are all these like pre-made topics, and then it looks like it even has grade levels. So I really think that it might be interesting for you to play with and check out. So that's Parlay, again, for my tech-hungry tech adventurers. That may be something you want to check out. Whiteboard apps. Jamboard is awesome. There are limitations in terms of how many can be on at once. There's also Awe app. So those are 2 whiteboard tools for you. And then my last few items, canned response emails. I talk a little bit about this at the beginning of school, but I wanted to remind you, I think it's also called templates now, but this is when you go into Gmail and you kind of have kind of pre-created templates. So when you start to get a lot of the same emails, this can help you get ready. So for example, if it's getting close to grades being due, you might want to write a sample email that just says something like, thank you so much for your question about your grade. Here's our policy. Here's what you do. And then you could just make a few slight tweaks and you send it off. So this will save you some time. And here's a link here to learn how to do that. Okay, Command Control K. I'm super excited to teach you this one. So this is how to insert a link with a keyboard shortcut. So you highlight what you want, and then you're going to press, again, Command plus K on a Mac, or Control plus K, click that, and then look, you just put the link right in. So instead of having, I know it's like a bunch of extra clicks, you just go up here and you click link, you can do it, but it's just so fast. Control Shift K or Control K or Command K, sorry, Command K or Control K. And then you can put the link in. But also super cool, watch this. So if I was doing something like this and I wanted to link Google Classroom, if I just do Control K, it even knows that it's supposed to be Classroom. I didn't even have to copy the link or Google it. So memorize that shortcut. I think I use that probably like, I don't know, 30 times a day. And a shout out to the interns for also teaching me that. I was so excited. All right, last two items. Online discussions and debate. This is a new tool I learned about called Kialo. Let's take a look at this one. Also something I'm going to play with, but what I found interesting is this is perfect for debate. So you put in a thesis statement or something captivating, and the kids do the pro and con list. So amazing. And that's all. I think you probably do more, but that's the basic. And I think that's pretty cool. So I'm going to play with this again this week and kind of learn a little bit more about it. But for my tech hungry adventurers, check out Kialo. That's pretty cool. And then my last item, one of the teachers shared this in the session today. Check this out. This is a tech glossary that shows so many great things. So if you want to know a tech tool for any, I mean, he's going, let's see how far it goes, all the way to, oh yeah, we're still going. Yeah, all the way to column AE. So many amazing things to look at, like unbelievable. So this is a just super cool resource, and I'm glad he shared this with us. So if you're looking for ways to talk about collaboration, drawing, things for science. Oh, CK12, that was totally shouted out for science teachers from the Stanford Teachers Today. A Google Docs add-on, amazing. Okay, so that's my last item for you. So we went over Chrome Bookmarks, Drive, Workspace, demo accounts, and a few new tools, Parlay, Whiteboard, and Kialo, along with a reminder about canned responses and learning how to use a keyboard shortcut for inserting links, which is Command or Control K. All right, thanks everyone. That's the end of episode 8. Tomorrow I'm going to one more PD offering through a county office of ed. It was really good when they did this one in the summer, so I may have some more resources to share for you in a few days. Have an awesome break, get some rest, and know that we're here if you need us. Thank you so much for all that you all do.